Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and we are looking at a puzzle by James Copp today. They're always good. They're always just a really solid level of difficulty as well, and I say that with fingers crossed, worried that this is going to be the first time I do a 2-hour James Copp video, but we'll see. Actually, I think James has slightly strayed outside his normal. He normally sticks to the kind of very standard rules that get used. Today is a bit different, so we'll look at that in a moment. Looking forward to giving it a try. First of all, I do of course want to mention the Are You My Mama puzzle hunt, which is fantastic on Patreon. Give it a try. It is by the PBN Institute and it's a great set of puzzles and getting rave reviews. There's also our merchandise and SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD on links under the video, along with the Discord server, the catalogue of all our puzzles, where to send us snail mail, all sorts of things down there, a bit of a bio. And there's also all the links to our apps, which we recommend very highly. We do have a line Sudoku app and a domino Sudoku app. We have a Fog of War app, that's the latest one, and it's incredibly popular. Still some puzzles to go in it, but we're looking forward to bringing that to you. Now, let's do the rules of Add-on by James Copp. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Each 3x3 box contains a circled digit which is equal to the addend of that box. Don't worry, this is going to be explained. The addend applies to all cells of the box it lies within, and the value of each cell is equal to the digit placed in the cell added to the addend of its box. So if that was a 5 and that was a 6, the value of this cell is 11, 6 plus the addend 5. Now, it might be more relevant to say that the value of this cell would be 4 plus the addend 5, because that would make this cell a 9, and it's on this blue line. The 9 circled cells each contain a different digit, so we've got 1 to 9, obviously, to go in the circles. Cells separated by a black dot have values in which one is double the other. Not all black dots are necessarily given. Box borders divide blue lines into segments whose values have the same sum. Different lines may have different sums, so the value of that cell is the same as the value of those two added together and the same as the value of that one. But remember, each time you are adding the number in the circle to what's in the cell. So it is quite a complicated idea. No wonder the puzzle is called Add-on. There's going to be a lot of adding on to do. Give it a try on that first link under the video if you fancy this. Or watch me struggle and strain with the concepts. As I say, let's get cracking. So, I would normally begin with a run of 3 black cells, but obviously the values in this puzzle have gone through the roof. If you had a 9 in the circled cell and an 8 in another cell in the box, the value of a cell has gone up to a possible 17. Now this trio could therefore include 4, 8 and 16, or 3, 6 and 12. It could also bounce, because 2 cells could have the same value. Not those 2, because they'd be using the same addend, but that one and either of these 2. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, right. I don't think the black dots are the place to start today. Okay, with a blue line, we would normally start with, we would normally start with a line in which there are very few cells in one box, hopefully 1, and very many in another. Now, this digit is actually the only digit on a blue line. I think it's going to only be the blue lines where the values of cells matter at all. I mean, any cell in this puzzle without a blue line in it could have any value in it. It's not going to make any difference to anything. So it's a digit placing exercise apart from the blue lines and the black dots is what I'm saying. Now, this is an even number, the value of this, because it's adding its digit to its addend. So if this is a 9, that cell is worth 18. Now that might have to be the case, but if this is a 1, and okay, I'm at least seeing, if that was a 1, the minimum value of those are 2, 3, 4, 5. So if that was a 1, you would add 1 to all of these cells. So the way I'm going to do that is to say 4 times 1 is 1, plus the value of the digits in them. Let's say, well, obviously, I'm looking for the minimum of this segment of 4 cells. If that's a 1, and they're 2, 3, 4, 5, which adds up to 14 normally, this is it, isn't it? This is the beginning. You can't go lower. If you put a 2 there, you've got 8 already, plus 1, 3, 4, 5. Right, that is a 1, that is 2, 3, 4, 5. The value of this line is now 14 plus 4 lots of 1 is 18, and that is a 9. Doubling up, effectively. 9 plus 9 is 18. The n on this line is 18. Now, these are going to have to be quite low. In fact, the way to look at the rest of this line, probably, is that it adds up to 36. If you put a 2 and a 3 in these cells, then 3 of these digits have already got 9 in, and 3 of them have already got 6 in. That's 15. The remainder is 21 to get to this 36 total, and that happens to be the minimum you can put in 6 different cells with digits. So I hope you're following me. What I'm saying is we've worked out that the n on this line is 18. So in every box it passes through, it's got a value of 18. So these two segments have a total value of 36, which is twice 18. Now the minimum digits you can put in those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which, ignoring the addends, already add up to 21. So the maximum value of the addends is 15, and that is achieved by putting the minimum digits in those two cells. Remember, they have to be different from the 1 and the 9 that we've already put in. So they have to be a 2, 3 pair. Now, we don't know the order yet, but we do know that this is right. These now will add up to the right total. There may still be work to do to decide the individual components, like where you put the 3, that's already 9. The other 3 cells are going to add up to 9. They are going to be 1, 2, 6. If that's the 3, that's 1, 2, 6. And this must then be 3, 4, 5 plus a 2, which is 12 plus 3 lots of 2, that is 18. So 3 will go with 1, 2, 6, and 2 will go with 3, 4, 5, but we don't know which way round that will be. Anyway, what we do know in column 3 is that these digits are 7, 8, 9. We can't put another 9 in the circle. And now, what is the value of this cell? What it is those two added together, which is 15, 16, or 17. Right. The maximum value of any cell in the grid is 17. So 15 and 17 are not going to work as a value for this yellow cell, because you can't halve them. You would get a digit with a half, 7.5 or 8.5. You can't double them because you're way outside the bounds of a maximum 17. So this one is 16, and you've got to halve it. Actually, we know that that's 7 there in the circle and 9 there. And then these will both have a value of 8. And we are bouncing up from 8 to 16 and back down to 8. This digit is a 1 because the addend in the box is now 7. So that is 1 plus 7 is 8. That is 9 plus 7 is 16. This is going to be 8 by adding those two cells. So the two purple cells add up to 8. Now we know about this line's n. Those are 10 plus 2 lots of 7 added on is 24. are these two are 2 lots of 9 plus therefore 6. That's either 1 5 or 2 4 going in those cells. And this is a 1 2 3 4 5 6 sextuple. Actually, this is a 1 2 3 4 5 quintuple, and that is 6. And I can go further. This is a 2 3 4 5 quad, and that's a 1. That's a 5 to make this add up to 6, so that this segment is 24 with the addends. I'm not even looking at this one yet. We'll come back to that. There's so much work to do. That digit is going in that cell. But now I worked out earlier that one of these had a 6 in the group. It was either 2 with 3 4 5 here. That's not possible. So this is now 3 with 6 2 1. Because the 3 was 3 lots of 3 equals 9. We're looking for an n of 18, so these 3 had to add to 9 without using a 3. Yeah. So that's 6 2 1. They're just written in now. I mean, this is doable. It's just surprising. Now, that 3 is ruled out of those cells and pushed in there. Now I'm finally going to have a look at these, which add up to 24, and we're adding 3 lots of this and whatever is in them. So this is going to have to stay fairly low. It can't be a 6, because that would have to be 1 2 3, but we've already used 1. So it's 5 or 4. Now it can't be 4 because the 2 purples have to add to 8. And they would both be in the same box. So that's a 5, that's a 3. 15 from the addends plus 3 is 18. These two have to add to 6. They're not 1 5, they are 2 4. What a clever puzzle. I mean, it's lovely. It's not that hard. You just have to see it the right way. I'm actually only 9 minutes in, and I've got almost all the lines done. Well, I mean, I don't know. There could still be trouble ahead, but that's 5 or 6 by Sudoku. These are from 5, 6, 7, 8. This digit can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, or 8. So the value of this cell is either 6, 11, 12, or 14. So the value of this cell has to be 6, 11, 12, or 14. It's never going to be 6, because that would require a 1 in here. So I'm taking 1 out of there. So it's 11, 12, or 14. These two added together are 11, 12, or 14. There's quite a lot of possibilities for that. But what I haven't inventoried lately is the circles. We've had 2, 1, 9, 3, 7, 5. The others still to come are 4, 6, and 8. Okay, let's go back here. The 2 oranges add up to either 11, 12, or 14. I don't know how I can resolve that yet. I might... Oh, it's not 11. Oh, it could be 11. 6 there, 7, 4. Okay, it could be. Don't know. Okay, I've got 9, 8, 7, 6 to place in the central box. The value of this cell is, we're adding a 1, remember, 7, 8, 9, or 10. So this is fairly low, is it? Well, it's no more than 6. And it can't be 2 or 1 by Sudoku. I don't know, this could actually get quite difficult still. I thought we were cruising. That's a 2, 3 pair by Sudoku. These are from 4, 5, 6. 3, 2, 1 is up there. I thought I'd type that in. I haven't. These are from 7, 8, 9. Now, that can't be 9, and we've got a 6, 7, 8 triple. In fact, I can write in the rest of the column for the rest of the row. That's a 9 by Sudoku. That's a 7, 8 pair. This is a 3, 4, 6 pair. No 6 in those cells. That's a 7, 8, 9 triple. This is a 5. That's not 9. So 9's in one of those, 6 is in one of those. Okay. This is now 8, 9 or 10. That's Eve. I was going to say 3 is not going to work. Yeah, I don't know. This is a 1, 9 pair now. This is a 6, 7, 8 triple. I don't think they're doing anything for me. Eight is in one of those cells. 8 is not here. That is 4 or 6. One of these two is an 8. I mean, there are interesting aspects of that. That's going to rule 8 out of all of those cells because one of those two circles has to be an 8. Oh, this cell. Oh no, I haven't looked at this line yet, really. But this cell only has 3 possible values, and they are 12, 13, and 15. This one could have a value of 15, or 12, or 13. I don't know. I don't know what to do. This one seems quite variable. Maybe I could rule 8 out of here now. Yes, I can. The maximum value of this cell is these two yellows added together, so it's 15. If that was an 8, these two cells would already add up to 16 with just the addends, and you'd still have the numbers to put in, so that's not an 8. So this is now a 4, 6 pair in the circles, and that is an 8. And this now has to take us to either 15, 13, or 12. So it is 7, 5, or 4. So the two reds add up to the same number as the two yellows. Now, if that was a 6, this would have to be a 2, 1 pair, and that would be a 6. And this would be a 7. We'd have 7, 2, 1, 6. And that would be 6 as well. And I think that works. That might even be the right answer. Oh, I can take 8 out of that cell. This hasn't narrowed down at all, has it? I don't think so. 8 comes out of those, I've just noticed. 8 is definitely in one of those two cells. Maybe I need to find out which of these is 8 and get it moving in this box. 8 and 7 are definitely in use over here. I don't know. I've also got this 4, 6 pair. Right. Just as 8 being in one of those cells saw all of those, 4 and 6 are a pair in these two. This is possibly the most important relationship in the puzzle, actually. So, since 4 and 6 are in both purple cells, none of these can be 4 or 6. Now that seems significant there. I can take 6 out of there as well. This is now 3 or 5. It is very specifically odd, and that is even. And if I add those two together to give the value of this, I must have an odd number, and therefore adding those two together must give an odd number, and therefore this must be 8. What a beautiful use of parity, suddenly in the middle of a puzzle that is not about parity at all. Lovely. Lovely stuff, James. Now, its value is 9, and that doesn't tell me about which is 4 and which is 6. But I do know that these two add up to 9. Maybe I will give them a colour. I'll go back to orange for that one. I'm just going to remember this relationship between 4 and 6. Although I think it's the most important relationship in the puzzle, I'm sticking by that. I do think that. I don't think I know. I mean, I'm just going to remember that these cells can't be 4 or 6. Now, does the fact that this has become an 8, that gives me the 8 at the bottom. I was trying to find the 8 at the bottom to place an 8 there, but I've done it another way, a very odd way. It's clever though. This is very, very clever. Now, this still, there's 3 possibles, 15, 12, 13 or 15. If that was a 4, these. Oh, hang on, where's 1 in the row? I mean, there may be other Sudoku questions to ask. A 9 in the row, not that interesting. It's certainly not here, because that's going to bust this total out completely. Right, 6 still worked, I think. There's 2, 1, 7, 6. What about 4? I haven't really worked on that. Then we're looking for this pair. 4 would give an addend bedrock of 8. Then this, which would be the same as that. So these would add up to whatever red is here. These would add up to 4, and they would be 3, 1, or 5, and they could be 4, 1, or 3, 2, or 7. And if that was a 4, and these added up to 7, oh, if that was a 4, this would be a 5. They would have to be 6, 1. Ah, is there always a 1 on this segment? Now, I'd forgotten that purples act together. So if that is a 4, these two add up to the same as red. And they're either 3, 1. Oh no, there was a 3, 2 possibility. Oh, bother. Okay, I've missed the boat here somewhere. I've got a 7, 8 pair there that I haven't seen. 2, 5, 7, 8 in the column, and these can't be from 4, 6. These can't be from 4, 6, and they're also not 1 or 9. Sorry, I'm not really seeing how to make more progress. I've used every line there is. Oh, I haven't finished off using this one. This is 11, 12, or 14. If that's a 4, this is 7 or 8. If that's 6, this is 5 or 8, but it's never a 6. That doesn't look like the most significant thing I've ever discovered. Okay, I need to find out a little bit more here. This is strange. Or here. I mean, there's some sort of relationship between these lines. If this is 3 or 4, that has to be 4 and that has to be 5. Oh, if this is 4, right, I think this is always a 1. I've just worked out why. If this is 4, that's a 5. This has to be 4 or 7. With 4 and 5 there, if this was 4, it's a 3, 1 pair and needs a 1. If it's 7, you can't use 4 or 5 in the pair that makes up 7, and that would be 3, 1. So if that's 4, this is either 3, 1 or 6, 1. Oh, we cannot have a 6 there because of this 4, 6 pair. Right, so if this is a 4, this is a 4, and this is 3, 1. If this is a 6, I think this had to be 2, 1, adding up to 15, and that was always a 7, and that was always a 6. So this is always 1, definitely. This is 3 or 2 now, depending on whether that's a 4 or a 6. One of these is always 3. No, not true, not true. Not sure. Might be true. It is true. If that's 4, this is 5. Right, I can narrow this down as well. If that's 6, this is 7. If that's 4, that has to be 4, so it's not 5. Brilliant narrowing down. So now I can take out the middle one of these because 13 is never a possibility. Now we've removed it from red. So that is 3 or 6. One of these two is a 4, and one of these two is a 4, and that's a really weird X-wing that I don't even understand. No, I don't understand it. I'm not going to I'm not going to use it now. Did I get that one of these two is a 3? I'm not sure. I'm not sure it would matter. Either that was a 4 and this was a 5. Yes, then this was a 4 and that was a 3. Or this is a 6 and this is a 3. So one of those two is a 3 and that's not. That is 4 or 6, which now forms a pair here. This one then sees the 4, 6 pair and 1, 9 and 5, 7 or 8. And that is 2 or 3 and that's a pair with that thingy and this is a 5. What a brilliant bounce back combination. Fantastic. Right, so this has been done as a 5. That is a 4. This is going to have to be a 4. That's a 3, 1 pair. This is the low one. This is 3. So yellow adds up to 12, red adds up to 12, and this line, counting the 4 twice, adds up to 12. And all the colours are finished. Oh no, I haven't, no, maybe not. Not orange. I'm going to get rid of yellow, purple and red instead. Still haven't done this at all. But I've got a 2, 3 pair in the bottom row, so that's 1 or 9. This is 1, 6 or 9. Oh, in fact, I don't have a 2, 3 pair. That's become a 2. That's a 3. That's a 2. 2, 3, 5, 9, 1, 4, 6. That's not 5 anymore. That's 7 or 8. Now, oh, this is barely narrowed down at all. Got this adding up to 11, 12, 13 or 14. And this one adding up to 11, 12 or 14. Ah! Right, this column, that sees 3 and 4. So that's a 6, that's a 4. This is 6. That's going to make a difference. Now this is 13 or 14, and this one is 12 or 14. So that's a 9, and that's an 8. And that line is done. My colours are done. All my lines are done, actually. The rest is classic Sudoku, I think, given the pencil marks we have. 7 and 8 gone from there. Right, 3, 2, 4, 9, 5, 8. That can't be 9. But in fact, it is the only place for 6 in the box. 1, 7. That's not a 6. That's now 3. This is 4 or 5. That's now 5. That's 4. I've got a 1, 9 pair in the corner. That's 4, 5, 6. This column is sorting out the 1, 9 pair. That's a 2 to finish the column. That's a 7 to finish another column. This is a 6, 8, 9 triple. Now that's become 2. That's a 5, 2, 4. Oh, look, it's all filling in. Lovely. I do love it when a puzzle comes together. That's not 3. Lots of these things aren't 6. This column, I've got 1 and 7. That fixes 9 and 1. That's not a 9 now. This lot is 2, 5, 9. I can write in the 2, then the 5, then the 9. That takes me over here, 6, 8, 9. That brings me back to column 2, 6, 7, 8. And then I finish off. 3, 4, 5. What a clever puzzle. Just the level of difficulty I love, James. You are an absolute star. Thank you for sending that. Really interesting. A nice mental maths workout as well. I do like a bit of arithmetic in the evening. Thank you very much for watching us on the channel. It's always a pleasure. And thank you to the constructors for sending these fantastic puzzles in every day. Really enjoyed that. And we will see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.